Well, good evening, everyone. I basically did this the other day. We were testing out a program, found a little glitch in it, and I'm going to go ahead and get started again. But I'm going to wait till a few people come in here, and I'll be glad to entertain any AMAs. Ask me anything inside the chat there. That's business related, of course. And I'll also be breaking down the subject or the title of this information that I've got right here. And that's basically how was your 2024? I'm going to ask you to grade it. And a couple people have already put a few questions in here. They had messaged me earlier, so I'm adding those in there also. So as a few people come in here, I'm going live on X, the TMF fan page, the TMF private group, and also on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I'd appreciate it. But if you have any questions, feel free to come on in here and post it. I'll probably wait till at least the 2-minute mark, and then I'll go ahead and get started with the subject. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what everybody has to say about how their year went. Okay. And I'll also tell you how my year went and how I've kind of got my finger on the pulse of the industry. I think you'll see that as we move along here. So wait for a few more people to come in here, about 30, 45 more seconds, and we'll get started. And like I said, feel free to go over to the chat, post any question you like. I'll answer it to the best of my abilities. All right. Because really, if we think about it, iron sharpens iron, right? So we all sharpen each other by sharing information. And this has been a good industry. I can't complain. All the years I've been in, decades, I should say, that really, it's a business that flies under the radar. And you can make a really good living in it. Most people hear the word cleaning. Oh, I can't make much money on carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning. But there's a bunch of diverse services you can add to that makes it very profitable. If you could let me know how my volume is, I can adjust the volume up and down before I get started. Somebody come in here and mention that, I'd appreciate it. That'd be very helpful. And then we'll get started talking about how your 2024 has been. Because really, you think about it, it's almost over, right? No doubt about it. A lot of people are already starting to go on vacation and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Kind of what I'm doing right at the moment. So anyway, the question is, how was your 2024? And grade it. I'm going to give you the grade of what my business did this year. I've been in business for almost 40 years, and my business is carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, upholstery cleaning, and water damage. Okay. Now, of course, we do rugs also, and a lot of people might not know it, but we also do pest control. We do pest control. We do duct cleaning. We do stone cleaning. We do a wide variety of things. When I say that, we do a lot of diverse services. And I think diverse services have helped a lot of people during what we might consider an inflationary period, right? So if you haven't already raised your prices, if you haven't already implemented diverse services, 2025 is the year to do it. So make sure that you do that because that'll make a huge impact on your business. I'm going to check my phone here and just see if I can check my volume and everything. And then I'll break this down and break down how my year went also. Here we go. Let's refresh this. Yep. Let's see if I can hear myself. That's the question. Business did this year. Yeah, I can hear it really good. Cool. Hope everybody else can too. All right. So anyway, let's talk about a couple of diverse services. First of all, I'm going to say that we had a very good year with my cleaning and restoration company. Can't complain. Very good year. However, I will say that by adding diverse services, that really took me over the top. And what do I mean by diverse services? Well, now we do LVT, LVP cleaning, and we do coating. Coating adds another wear layer to LVT, LVP. Can also be used on engineered floors, pergos, hardwoods, you name it. That's another thing we've added. We've added hardwood floors also. And on top of it, we basically implemented these diverse services, and these diverse services carry a much bigger ticket. So even though my cleaning and restoration company was just about the same, just slightly up the year before, which to me is always good in a year that's up, right? But what really took it over the top was the diverse services, and especially the LVT, LVP, and the hardwood floor and the stone polishing. Okay, so that goes a long way. So keep that in mind. Now, what I'd like you to do, if you don't mind, if you'll go down and grade how your year was, A through an F. Okay, how was it? A through an F. That way, everybody can share ideas. Remember, iron sharpens iron. And I work on the law of reciprocity. I believe if I help you become successful, you help me become successful, and that has been the key to my success. So you notice we have grown this year. And that's one thing I want to talk about too, is that I see people come in and they start complaining, hey, my business is down, and they get really worried. A couple of people chime in and say theirs is down, but then you see other people say their business is up and doing good. Remember, this business is cyclical. And I don't mean just cyclical through a year. I'm talking about through the years. It can be through the months. It can be through the weeks. It can be through the days. So you sit around and you think, oh my God, I don't have no jobs. I'm all worried and stuff like that. Really, more than likely, if you've established a good clientele, a good foundation, you've really focused on quality workmanship, you focused on a high level of customer service, more than likely you built that foundation and the customer's going to keep on coming back. I mean, think about it. If you or your wife go out somewhere shopping or you go somewhere to eat and you get high quality and you get good customer service, and then you go eat somewhere else or you shop somewhere else, you get low quality, you get low customer service, where do you go the next time? You go right back. My brothers and I always said, they always come back. So keep that in mind. And don't get too worried. People ask me, hey, Rob, what do you do during the downtimes? You get worried? I said, no, I go play golf. That's what I do. I go out play some golf. Thank God I got a little time. Get a little break. Enjoy that break. And if you're really concerned, get out and knock some doors for commercial business. Start studying and learning some diverse services, because that really makes a huge difference. Okay, so you're probably asking, well, what, Rob, well, how was your business on the scale A to F? I'll give it an A minus. And to me, during an inflationary period, I'm going to give it A minus, a really good score. Okay, because a lot of people went out of business. A lot of people have been hurt throughout that. But remember, people say, well, more people come into business, or people going out of business, or people don't have the money to spend, the pie gets smaller, right? Well, guess what? If you're doing good quality work, your pie probably enlarges, right? When people move out of business. Now, we don't wish that on anybody, but it is a fact, right? It does happen. So let's walk through a little bit of a list of diverse services that you could add to your company. Now, I do pest control. I'm licensed with the EPA and State of Agriculture to apply pesticides. Okay, and so that's always been a good boom for us, because it's also a good diverse service. Because if we're going out to real estate companies, we're going to property managers, they love the fact that we can do pest control. We can treat it for fleas, ants, roaches, insects, or even rodents. So that goes a long ways for us, and we can even do wood destroying insects. But for the most part, it's a great add-on. So what are some other great add-ons? LVT, LVP, very easy to clean. Very easy to clean, especially with the new finishing products that we carry, right? It's even easy. It's also easy to coat them. And remember, I want you to know there's two different types of coatings out there. All you have to do is go type in LVT, LVP, truck mount forums in YouTube bar, and it'll come up. And when it comes up, you'll see exactly how to implement these services that I'm talking about, because I'm doing videos on those to help you. Plus, you can join our Facebook group, Truck Mount Forums, Carpet Cleanings Professionals. That's a private group with over, around 25,000 members. And you go in there and everybody's, sharing ideas and implementing ideas and help you to grow your business. All right, another thing you can do is add hardwoods. Hardwoods have a few more nuances in it. That's why I'm working on some videos and some training videos to help you guys to be able to deal with the nuances that come with hardwood floors. But don't be afraid of them. Believe me, you can make a lot of money doing it, but you just need to know those little ins and outs, and I'll help you with that. A great add-on, okay? Very profitable. Another thing is stone. If you're not doing stone work already, you probably should be, because now they've got DIP pads, diamond impregnated pads, and those pads can really shine a floor nice and easy and make you look like a hero, and it's a great add-on. So if you add on those diverse services, you should easily be around, the A mark. Okay. I consider my business an A minus, and I'm very happy with that. And I'm sure you probably would be too over a whole year. But I'd love to hear how your business is doing from A to F. Feel free to chime in. Now, as far as Truck Mount Forums goes, Truck Mount Forums or the tmfshop.net really gives me a really better idea of how the whole industry is doing. Because if somebody comes in and complains, oh, well, my business isn't doing that good at one time, really, just because it's down one area doesn't mean it's not up in another area. So I'm also going to I'll give TMF an A for the year. We were up, and I would say a lot of people around the country were up. So if we were doing this well, our company and the industry was doing well during an inflationary period, and now they're claiming we're going to have 4 great years. Time will tell. If that's the case, if we're going to have 4 great years, then really now's the time for you to put some money away or invest some money in some training and get into those diverse services. All right, so I'm going to break down a couple of questions now. Like I said, I'll go ahead and address some AMAs. It's just kind of this is a whole brand new podcast setup my son and I set up, so hopefully I can get to doing this more. We set one up a few months ago, and the podcast was kind of clunky. And so now we've got the whole system, and it's all put together, and it seems to be working out well. All right. So first question by Colin Elmerick. Let's see. Hey, buddy, just got a 06 Chevy Express 3500 with a CDS 4.8 installed. What are your thoughts on this setup? Well, the 06 Chevy, hey, you take care of it, they'll practically last forever, right? That's really important. But remember, now you're going to have the engine running while you're operating the machine. So you really want to make sure you stay on top of those oil changes once a month, whether it needs it or not. No matter how much you use it. Get in on like clockwork of keeping that oil in the oil filter changed, and it'll hold up for you a lot longer. Okay. Now, what are my thoughts on the CDS 4.8? It's a fantastic machine. Fantastic machine. I would say it rivals the Butler. It rivals the Aerotech one they're putting inside of vans now. I forgot what they call it, DDS or something like that, right? So basically, you're talking about a direct drive or a PTO, which is a power takeoff, okay? So it's a fantastic machine. When I was traveling the country for the last 2 years on my RV, I stopped in at Hydromaster, which is what the 4.8 CDS is. And the guy who bought the company, I think his name is Bob Beard, if I remember correctly, super guy, very down to earth, very interested, and really getting the company really back up to par the way Hydromaster used to be. So props to him. Props to you buying that machine. You're going to love it. It's a fantastic machine. You didn't mention if it had the salsa or not. Okay. If you get the salsa package, you get a little more heat out of it. I recommend the salsa package. It's always nice to have a extra heat because you can always turn it down, but you can't turn it up, right? If you ain't got it. So if you got that extra heat, it's nice to have because it helps you cut through dirty carpets faster. Now, can you clean carpets with cold temperatures? Absolutely. It just doesn't clean as fast. All the heat does is speeds up the molecules, speeds up the cleaning process. So all in all, I'd say, hey, you probably did really good getting yourself that Chevy. You didn't say if you got an extended, but one more thing I like about that, I'm scrolling back over to take a look at it. Yeah, you didn't mention if it was an extended or not, but one thing I like about the CDS is you have so much room to put other items in there. They did a really good job of space management. And unfortunately, the other two, the Butler and the DDS, great machines, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they're really out of touch when it comes to space management. And we all know space is a premium because we need that space for diverse services, right? We need to be able to carry that extra equipment to be able to take care of all different types of floors. Let's face it, a lot of the carpet mills and stuff like that have switched to LVT, LVP. Half their plants they've shut down, remanufactured, rebuilt their manufacturing facilities, and now they're doing hard surfaces, especially LVT. Now I know they tell you it lasts forever, and it might, but it gets scuffed up. It looks bad. Cleaning will make it look a little bit better, but a coating makes a huge difference. And there's two different types of coatings out there. You have an acrylic based. Well, really, there's three. You have acrylic and urethane mixed, and then you have urethane. Urethane is the premium, okay? Because the urethane is going to give you 3 to 5 years of wear, and all you have to do is go back in there, and you can just go ahead and hit it lightly with an abrasive pad, like 3M pad, clean it, reapply the coating, and now you've got a reoccurring income stream. Now, I know some people are out there are recommending the one that's practically forever. The problem with that is it smells terrible. It off gases a lot of VOCs. Ours are extremely low VOCs, hardly have any odors at all. And you can drive the customer batty when she has to leave the house for 3 days, for a week or two, for that odor to get out of her home. It's really bad. Plus, it makes them feel sick and stuff. Also, you're cutting yourself out of reoccurring income. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right, let's see. Let's see. Rob, will there be a Cherry Bomb Ecocide deodorizer? Good question, Carlos. I don't see why not. Yes. If there's a demand for it, whenever you want something, if there's a cleaning agent, a tool, or a piece of equipment that you want or you love to see, write into support@truckmountforums.com. Because as we get the feedback, that's the direction we go. We don't just go our direction, we go the direction of the client. So anything you guys want, write it in. If you don't write it in, it doesn't really get to where it needs to be, and it might get put on a back burner. That's something we might do later, but we'll move things up faster. And by the way, we just finished a product and we sent it out to almost to all of our subscribers, and that is Wool Unchained, and that's a powder form. So watch for that. We hope to have it labeled and out by Christmas time. All right, next we'll see. Spencer Hack. Hey, Spencer, how's it going, bud? Spencer just says, hey. Buddy's Carpet Cleaner says, hey, I did amazing. Did over $700,000 this year. Top cleaner in my area, 5 stars. Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome, man. I don't know how many employees you have, but I'm going to tell you what, bud. But $700,000, nothing to sneeze at. Great job, man. Great job. Randy Carrillo, what happened to your mustache, Rob? I don't know. My wife said she got tired of me with the mustache, when I grew the beard, when I grew the goatee. She said, look, just go clean shaven, please, at your age. It just makes you look younger. I said, all right, well, hey, wife's happy, everybody's happy, right? So I went ahead and shaved it off there. Funny you should mention that. All right, let's see. How you doing? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Alarcran Ramirez? Correct me if you like. All right. Apologize for that there. Jesse Durante said, Rob, isn't it true that 1,000 hours is equal to 1,500 engine miles? I don't know that. I know that there is a formula. I just can't remember offhand. Maybe somebody who runs a direct drive more often could tell me. I don't even know. And I run, I have 5 trucks and I got 4 Aerotechs and a Butler. And I know I've heard the formula before, but I just don't really think about it. I've got a repair tech mechanic in my shop. He takes care of all that for me. So I don't really think about that much. I'm more geared towards the promotion of TMF, the promotion of the products, and also the informative videos. I always try to make my videos informative. So if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please do so. It helps you, helps us. All right. Let's see. Alacran says, send some work my way, Rob. Well, look, man, if you got a good attitude, which I can tell already that you have, I'm sure you're going to do just fine. I don't know how old you are or how long you've been in business, but feel free. Come on in here. I'd love to hear it. Going right on through the list here, guys. So keep them coming. Buddy says, I have a CDS. Oh, I love it. Keep your van running good and you're golden. And he loves the Butler too. He's got 2 of those. Great, man. That's awesome. I mean, when you have employees, it never hurts to have a direct drive or a PTO. It really doesn't. It just really simplifies it for the employees. I really feel like that slide-ins are more suited for I would say more suited for owner operators, and then direct drives are more suited for multi-truck operations. Okay. But it doesn't mean you can't, there's not any overlapping. There's some people who just prefer a direct drive. There's some who would never have a direct drive because they don't want to tear up their van, So, and if they get into an accident, they're kind of stuck, right? Or if you get into a little accident with a van you got to slide in, just slide another machine in or slide that out and put in another van. So you're good to go. There's pros and cons to both, and I'll break that down maybe in another video there. I learned to clean on a salsa machine, Dustin Richardson. Jose Gomez, what is that a picture of? A goat. I appreciate that, man. Thanks. I had to adjust these. I just got these new glasses, so I'm not even in their prescription, but I can't even see unless I'm just in the right spot. But yeah, that's good. Awesome. Appreciate that. It's very nice of you, Jose, to say that. Dustin Richardson, I learned to clean on a salsa machine. Hey, you're a poet. You didn't even know it there, Dustin. Well, you can't go wrong with salsa, can you? When they say salsa, that bad boy cooks. So if you get a direct drive, go with the higher heat options that are available either on the Butler or on the CDS. Like I said, you can always turn the heat down, but you can't turn it up if you ain't got it. So I highly recommend it. Let's see. Buddy says, I've got the extended 3500 V8, which is the Butler that he runs himself. Hey, well, good for you, man. You know what? You can't go wrong with that, with the V8. You really can't. The V6, not so good. So really, if you're going to get a van with a direct drive, or really with any truck mount, a 2500 is a minimum, but I would always go with a 3500 at every opportunity. Go with a 3500. It's just got all the heavier duty components, drivetrain and stuff like that. Speaking of drivetrain, look at the next one here. What do you charge for? I went through some transmissions. Yeah, you will go through transmissions. You really got to take care of everything. You got to keep those oils changed. That's really important. I don't hear that very often, but it does happen. So you got to keep those fluids changed on a regular basis. And don't drive it like you stole it. Okay? Let's see. What do you charge for carpet protection? Alacran says, I charge half the price of cleaning. So if it's a $300 to $500 job, $300 job, it's going to be $150. It's going to be a $500 job, it's going to be $250. Okay? Hope that helps. And that can be either for water-based or for solvent sealer. Okay? So I don't care if it's water-based or it's solvent sealer. For the most part, it's the same price. Hope that helps. Let's see. Randy says, happy wife, happy life. Amen to that. And then Buddy's carpet. Oh, it's Keith. What's up, Keith? How you doing, brother? I'm just seeing Buddy's there. That's nice to hear from you there, Keith. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well, my friend. Let's see. Oh, I see. Jesse's saying that once a month oil change equals to 1,000 to 1,500 miles. Okay, fair enough. Nick Canizaro. Hey, Rob, appreciate the call we had a couple weeks ago. Bought my first truck mount. Went with the Titan 575. Love it. I'm telling you what, man, HydroMaster has really, really stepped their game up. Congratulations to HydroMaster for doing that. Hey, and congratulations for you buying your first truck mount. Still have the TMF Dually Portable as a backup. It's always good to have a backup, Nick. You can't go wrong. And the Dually is a great machine to back up. But I tell you what, when you move from a portable to a truck mount, your whole life changes, doesn't it, man? It is a game changer. But if you can learn on a portable and then move over to a truck mount, that's what I did. I want to tell you what, is there something about it that helps you to become more appreciative, a better cleaner, because you have to move a little slower with a portable because it's just as efficient. You can do a great job with a portable, almost as good as truck mount or even just as good as truck mount, but you just have to move slower. So by moving, so some guys move into just get a truck mount right away and they just, splash and dash. And what happens? They splash and dash, they're not really getting a good cleaning. So they're not doing as good as a portable. So if you start off with a portable, move your way to a truck mount, I feel like you're a much more conscientious cleaner. That's just me. All right. From what I've observed. Congratulations, Nick, by the way. Let's see. Trump, MAGA, let's go. Okay, you say so. Let's hope so. The next 4 years, let's see if he can prove himself, right? I don't put a lot of stock into presidents because really the administrations are what run the United States. Okay, it's the administration. So look at the administrations. They're the ones who really run the United States. And hopefully he's picking a good administration. I haven't really paid much attention to it. But regardless who's president, I've always done good because there's always a need for good quality workmanship. There's always a need for delivering good customer service. It's a rarity in this day and time. So it sets you apart. All right. Let's see. Chad Buckley. What's the difference between the Chief 2 and the Starfire? Looking to upgrade from my dually. They are both great machines, but you just got one that's a heat exchanger, which is the Starfire, and one is the propane. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with propane. I hate when people put a propane tank inside of their van. Let it roll around and smoke with it. It's kind of one of the dumbest things you can do, but I see it happen a lot. Now, I love propane when it's a belly tank, and we only install them with the belly tank. What's nice about a belly tank? It's what's in RVs. It's in my RV. It's in millions of RVs around the world, right? And you never hear a problem with them. They're practically flawless. So now, what are some of the nuances besides that? Well, the Chief, it's basically a free-flowing machine because it's not being suffocated to get you heat out of the machine. Where a Starfire or any other slide-in that has heat exchangers, you're suffocating the machine to get the heat out of it. And heat is a killer. It kills your engine, kills your blower, kills your pump faster over time. So to me, it's kind of a personal preference, but you can't go wrong with either machine. Fantastic. And we stand behind them 100%. Let's see. Ollie. How you doing, Ollie? Good to see you, my friend. What protection do you use or recommend? Randy says, well, of course, I use our water-based protectors, from the tmfshop.net. I also use Rob's Solvent Sealer for the other. Another good one is our Guard Dog by Backaway, because if you don't know, we purchased Backaway this year. It's been really good for us. We've been really happy with it. He's just a great chemist, did a great job. And he makes the claim that it's the strongest water-based protector ever made. Keep that in mind for what it's worth. I haven't tested them side by side, but I tell you what, the feedback's been amazing and the people who use it. Let's see. Jesse Durante says, I would get rid of a PTO if they would allow the 575 Sapphire in California. It's a shame that, California is California, right? I mean, they're restricting a lot of things, and a lot of the things are just kind of dumb. They don't even make sense. I think a lot of it is profit driven. There's no doubt about it. Okay. But I don't want to get into politics. I try to avoid politics, but you didn't hear this from me, but I know some people who have bought the Sapphires in Vegas who lived in California. Not recommending that. That's for entertainment purposes only. I've just had people tell me that's what they're doing. Okay. That's their call. Let's see. It's appreciating what you've got that much more. What do you mean by that, Joseph Pass? Did I miss something there? Feel free to chime in. Let's see. Do you sell something similar to Stain Magic? Yes, we do. We sell two products. We sell the Vacaway Red Vanish, which is unbelievably good. And we also sell the TMF version, which is the Red Action. And they're one parts. And I feel like they're better than any of the two parts. Try it out for yourself. We offer a money-back guarantee, so you can't go wrong, right? One thing about us being a family business is we're more conscientious when it comes to mixing products, and also being on the truck for decades. Even though I'm not on the truck anymore, when I was, I still go out and I test products. When I do videos for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I go out there and I test the products to make sure they work properly and that they're top tier. I won't release them. Sometimes it'd be 6 months or a year before I release a product. People say, well, why does it take so long? Because I'm making sure it's perfect before it gets out there. All right, let's see. Carlos says, Rob, can the Extreme vacuum portable with a vac booster be used as a truck mount? Good Lord, that would be a tremendous amount of vacuum. It's already got a lot of power as it is. Probably, I mean, it would probably rival a small or a medium truck mount. No doubt about it. It's a little beast. Ali started with a portable, moved to a truck mount, never going back. He's in the UK. Use your products and manage it. Oh, we appreciate that. Thank you, Ali, and congratulations, man. But still, it's good to have a portable sometimes for high rises, for areas you can't get to with your truck mount, and as a backup. Okay, let's see. What does your company use to advertise? Well, I don't really advertise anymore. I mean, my company's 40 years old, and we have over, I think, 1,100 to 1,100 five-star reviews, or 4.9 average. So for the most part, we've got a monster clientele. So I don't really work my cleaning and restoration company anymore. I've got some good key employees, and they take care of that for me. So for the most part, I just keep it at 5 trucks. I'm happy with that because I spend most of my time, working with TMF. I hope that helps. But I know some guys tell me that they're still doing great with Google. You know what I mean? So you just got to spend some good money to do it. Don't be afraid. I remember when I got started, when it came to Yellow Pages, because Yellow Pages was the bomb back then, right? I would spend $5,000 a month in the late 80s and all through the 90s, and people thought I was crazy. I'd run 2 ads. They call it the double truck ad on one side, ad on the other side. But my phone rang off the hook. It took my business to a different level. So you can't be afraid to really invest the money into it, So that's the best I can say. And I would recommend going to the forum or the Facebook group and asking that question. Find out what's working for everybody else and more likely to work for you too. Okay. Randy says, you mentioned the new tile spinner. Is it on TMF? Yes, it is. The new tile spinner basically has a temperature gauge on it. It's got a more ergonomic handle, and it's also got a sight tube on it. So you can see when all the detergent is up off the floor, whether it's Grout Master or Frog, whatever you're using. So that means a lot there. I'll keep on moving down here. A bunch of cleaners in Southern California. Sapphires laughing out loud. Like I said, I've heard that people are going to other states, picking them up and bringing them back, but that could just be a rumor. And that's for entertainment purposes only. I'm not recommending that, okay? Let's see. Joseph says, when you're moving from a portable to a truck mount and then up to the truck mount scale, you appreciate the upgrades that much more. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's no denying that. I mean, the ease of bringing in the solution lines, leaving everything inside the truck, not having to grab a portable, pull it out of your truck, pull it up the stairs, pull it in the house, hook it up to everything, dump it out. And if you don't have an auto fill and an auto pump out, then you're doing the bucket brigade. You're taking a bucket and you're filling it up. You're taking a bucket and you're dumping it. That's just it's very time consuming. Now, is it? Does it do a good job? Absolutely, especially if you take your time. I mean, really, I feel like I could clean with a rug doctor. Do I want to? No, but I could. I think I demonstrated that on one of my earliest videos a long time ago, right? All right, let's see. So what's next here? Let's see. Jesse says, my distributor won't work on a truck mount and I didn't buy from him, so I'm limited. I hear that a lot, Jesse. I hear that more often than it should happen, really. But to me, they're only hurting themselves because then you might not buy their cleaning agents or you might not buy tools and parts from them. But on the other hand, I understand because, they feel like you're not being loyal because you didn't buy the truck mount from them. So that's a tough one. But as far as our company, we still have a local distributorship also in Chesapeake, Virginia, which is right beside Virginia Beach. We have our cleaning and restoration company in Virginia Beach. We have our distributorship and our online sales company that's in Chesapeake. But we'll take any type of truck mount and work on them. And if you bought it from us or you didn't buy it from us, we don't care. We're all about customer service. To me, customer service trumps everything. If you can make the client happy and you help them be successful, they're going to help you become successful. I can never state the law of reciprocity enough. I've never been money centric. People can say what they want. It doesn't bother me. I've never been money centric. I've always been people centric. And then the money just follows. You know, I don't know why more people can't understand that, but maybe that's why really successful people and the top tier people are in the Truck Mount Forums group because they understand and appreciate customer service along with quality workmanship. Let's see here. Do you think truck mount is Brandon Johnson, do you think a truck mount is overkill for upholstery? Quicker but better. I don't know if I would call it overkill, but however, if I'm running two people in a truck, I don't mind having a guy come in with a portable. Of course, our trucks now, they're dual wand trucks, our Aerotex. So that's really not an issue. But I don't know, just for ease of use, I'm probably still going to be using my truck mount. However, there's a lot of furniture that I will do BLM on. I'll bring my Micro Mini in there, right over top of that bad boy, and it turns out really nice. So I can't complain about using either one. The only thing is that you are putting more wear and tear on your truck mount. But on the other hand, you look more professional to the client. Perhaps you look more professional to the client using your truck mount, because a truck mount kind of carries, I don't want to say anything that downs a portable, because I'm telling you what, there's people who have built fantastic business models. Look at Kevin Hull. He's so busy, he can't, you don't even get a second to breathe hardly. And he's making a ton of money, and he uses nothing but portables. Never use a truck mount. Never even wants a truck mount. But I still feel like that pulling up with a truck mount does carry a certain amount of, authority or professionalism, or has that presence, that makes that impact on the client, that kind of separates you from the other people. So just kind of separates you, I would say. Let's see. Joseph Paya says the swivel tools too, and electric reels. Yeah, electric reels, I'm going to tell you what, man, I don't know about you, Joseph, but I remember when I first got my electric reels, I can never go back. There's certain things, once you go, you can't go back. I mean, when it comes to electric reels, swivel wands, things like that, they're just game changers. Glides on wands, they're just game changers, So after you've done busted your rump through a whole job, sweating bullets on a summer day, the last thing you want to do is sit there and manually reel that reel up, right, man? It just drives you batty. I can't stand it, So just push the button. And you can also take a towel while you're pushing the button, hold it on the hose, reel it in there, and it cleans it at the same time. So to me, electric reel is a no-brainer. And somebody mentioned here the swivel wands too. Swivel wands, man, I'll tell you what, that's another thing. I hated moving furniture. We basically only move sofas. We basically just move basic furniture. We move sofa, end tables, coffee tables, dining room tables, and chairs. That's about it, right? However, now with swivel wands, it gets up almost under everything. We hardly ever move anything anymore. It even gets under beds. Now, most clients don't want you to get under beds, but I'll tell you what, it's a nice touch when you can. All right. Okay, let's see. Keep them coming, guys. Appreciate it. Let's see. Do you offer pre-spray that can be used on synthetic and natural? I primarily use Black Label, which can be used on both. When you say natural, are you talking about wall-to-wall wool? Are you talking about, high-end Karastan rugs or something like that? So let me know if there's your thinking. All right, let's see. I primarily use Black Label, but I come across a wool a handful of times in my area. I use the Evacuate green encapsulation when I come across wool, but not sure if there's something else out there that you would recommend. I mean, we make a product called Rug Smack. But I tell you what, you can't go wrong with the green encapsulation by Evacuate. That's a fantastic product. So, I mean, I like to have a product for each, okay? So you're really not going to be using it that often on the area rugs. So Rug Smack or the Safe and Soft by Evacuate or the green encap by, you can't go wrong with either one of those. All right. They're fantastic products, and you're not going to be using them as much. So I wouldn't be too concerned. What you can do, though, is the Safe and Soft and the green cap. That can be used on delicate furniture, especially the Safe and Soft, and it can be used on delicate rugs. So there's something to keep in mind. Let's see. Al Karen says, I'm fairly new. I see local companies working all the time, yet I stay slow. What do you suggest? If you're fairly new, I'm telling you what, it takes a few years to get off the ground. It really does. You know, it's been said that it takes 5 years to get a business really going and up and off the ground. Okay, so you just have to be patient. I mean, when I first started, I worked part-time jobs at other companies while I was building my company. I wasn't working for cleaning companies, but I would do that and work that part-time job until I got so busy that I had to get rid of the other job. First, I started off with a full-time job, worked my business part-time. Then after that, I went to part-time where I work in my business even more hours. But eventually, as my clientele grew, I got steady, started pacing myself, and then I just got rid of the other job. And so that's what's going to happen to you too. But you got to put in, everybody has to pay their dues. And that's part of what comes along with it, unless you spend the money on advertising. A lot of guys go out sometimes and spend a ton of money on everything, and then they're out of money and don't have the money to advertise with, right? Just remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. So it takes time to build a clientele. Give it time. But once it gets going, it's like a cruise ship. Think about a cruise ship. It takes a while for a cruise ship to really get chugging, right? I mean, it just leaves the port really slow, starts gaining power, and boom, she's chugging after that, right? As a matter of fact, it takes almost a mile or two for it to stop. It's so big, right? So once you get that ball rolling, it'll just keep right on going. But you just got to hang in there, be patient, pay your dues. We all had to do that. Okay. The sad thing is we live in a world where everybody thinks, to click of a finger, that they should have a lot of business. It just doesn't really work that way. It takes time. And those who persevere are the ones who really it pays off for. So hang in there, my friend. You'll do fine. Let's see. Nick says, many property managers require tenants to have their carpets cleaned by a professional company with a truck mount and won't allow anything else, at least in my area. Yes. A lot of property managers are in tune with what works and what doesn't and what they're looking for. And it's sad, but it's true. A lot of times they think of truck mount cleaners as, the top tier. And a lot of times they are. Sometimes they aren't. They have to roll through those type of people too. So it's really not always the machine, it's the person. But in the client's eyes, that's what counts, right? So if you've got a property management company, he's not going to be too thrilled about a portable coming there, but he's very thrilled with a truck mount because he's in tune with the industry. The homeowner's not that in tune. So a lot of times they don't realize it, okay? And really, when you get out there and you do a great job, they're not going to care. Really, at the end of the day, what does the client want? She wants you to be a decent person. She wants you to hopefully be smelling good, looking good, your truck looks good, your equipment looks good, and you do a great job and get on down the road. That's what she wants. But that's hard to find these days. So if you can deliver that with whatever equipment, you're more likely going to gain a client for life. Okay? Go in and prove it to them. All right, let's see. So Ali says you're an absolute credit to the industry. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing the knowledge. Been watching your videos from day one. I mean, that's almost 20 years. I mean, if you go back to the timestamp on YouTube, I think we were the very first ones. My son did that. I think we're the very first ones. Once YouTube went from 1 minute to 3 minutes, my son and I got together. So you know what? This looks like it might be something. This looks like it might be able to raise the industry bar. So I've always focused my videos. I know other people go for views. Notice I don't always get the highest amount of views. I don't care about views. I care about helping professionals. And so I try to gear my videos when I'm thinking about them to, okay, how can I help a cleaner become more successful? Because more likely help me become successful. My business has been operating since 2008. Hey, 2007, I think is when YouTube came out, right? And just watching your videos has helped me massively. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ali. I really appreciate that a lot, man. It's kind of you. Electric reels is a game changer. My next goal is a TMF swivel wand. It won't let you down. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by the quality of workmanship. It's a work of art, honestly, it is. And by the performance. You won't be disappointed, Ali. Thank you. All right, let's see. Joseph Payas, I keep multiples on the truck. I really like the cotton and linen shampoo. We are working on a liquid one, by the way. Some people have been asking for a liquid because When you put cotton and linen shampoo in a powder form, sometimes it has a tendency to brick up a little bit. That's just the nature of the product. So if you take the product and just tamp it on the ground a few times, roll it around, tamp it on the ground or the back of the bumper, but don't overdo it where you smash the bottle. That'll break it loose and you should be fine. Okay. Just has something to do with the chemistry and any moisture that gets to it. And it kind of gets inside there. Let's see. When I see you guys using Rug Smack on upholstery, that's linen. It drives me nuts. Get this stuff. Yeah, I agree. If it's linen and cotton, we're using the cotton and linen shampoo. No way around it. No doubt about it. I think that's really important. I thought I had another bottle of water here, but I guess I don't. That's it. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, it says, I've been out for my wife's Christmas works, 2 a.m. in the UK. I should go to bed. Oh my gosh, it's 2 a.m. over there? Yeah, probably a good idea to go to bed. Yep. That's too funny right there. I don't care where you live. That's funny. But 2 a.m., yeah, you're right. Well, we appreciate you watching and chiming in, Ollie, from over there at 2 a.m. I've been kind of wondering, since I'm getting this podcast, my goal is to get on a regular basis and have this podcast from 2025 moving on. We did get real busy this year buying the chemical company. I started the podcast and it really took off well. We've had a lot of good response. People have asked me to re-implement it. So we went ahead and got the whole podcast system. And I plan on, God willing, doing it on a very consistent basis. I need to come up with a time. So if you guys can come up with a time that you think works well, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. Jesse said, it drives me nuts with the cotton shampoo. I use the RSF alkaline rinse for all my naturals. And you can. It is neutral. And it does a great job. But just make sure you rinse it well. That's all. It's just not as low a pH. Now, if you're getting any white material with that, then you're not rinsing it well enough. Just saying. Okay. Let's see. Joseph Payas. By the way, I've been with TMF since the forum days. With 1K a day, oh man, you're going back in the Wayback Machine there, brother. Wow. And what was the other guy's name? Started with a D. Oh my gosh. There was Eyeball. Man, there was so many good people back then. That was an amazing run, man. An amazing run. Surprisingly, the TMF forum is still busy as far as people researching. The researching numbers have not gone down. They've actually, I think, gone up. Because people, really what I found out is that the forum now has turned into like a library. If you go and you type in anything about carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, stone cleaning, rug cleaning, all that stuff, we come up high on the rankings. So people go in there and they study. They study there for 3 to 6 months. And then they come over to the Facebook groups. So you got a quiet location over there for the library, but then over at the other places, they're just popping. And we have several groups. We have different types of groups, but especially the Truck Mount Forums Carpet Cleaning Professionals. That's the busiest one of all. Oh, it's not 2 a.m.? Well, what time is it? Tell me, Ollie. All right, let's see. Your goal should be to not have a locked up video like yesterday. Yes, I did go get an Ethernet cord. I sure did. And look, we've had no problem whatsoever. Exactly. My son said, Dad, get the Ethernet cord. Makes a difference. And I had to get what's called, type of attachment that makes it go inside the system side here. I went to Best Buy. I got it today. So I'm glad it's working good. How's the volume, guys? Is the volume good? Is the picture good? Let me know. I appreciate it. Let's see. Justin Phillips. I've been looking at leaving my line of work in the energy industry to start in the carpet cleaning industry. Your videos have been a great help to me in learning. Thank you for the extra effort of putting out videos. Thank you, Justin, for that. I really appreciate the commendation. If you want to, Justin, feel free to. I offer 15 minutes. I charge for an hour, but I offer free 15-minute consultations. So if you'd like a consultation by phone, just message me through Facebook there. I'll get your cell and we can talk for like 15 minutes or so. I can cover a lot for you and help you out there. And remember, I'm going to tell you something about this industry. It really flies under the radar. There's a lot of money to be made in the carpet, tile, and grout and rug cleaning industry. A lot. So a lot of people don't realize that. Let's see. Joseph says, "Oh, I bet it's like Reddit with how much is there." Are you? Oh, yeah, you're right. Reddit is a monster, isn't it? All that information, and the forum has. I'm thinking, gosh, the forum probably has 2 million plus posts. We were going at it back in the day, weren't we, Joseph? That was amazing times right there, man. Trevor Smith, good volume and great picture. Cool, cool, cool. I was wondering how this new mic did right here. Glad to hear that. And the picture and the screen and everything. Good. Excellent. My son set it up with some lights. He's got a camera here separately, a computer. And then he's got some type of streaming thing over here with a bunch of buttons, which I'm scared to touch, honestly. He's not here tonight. Took his wife to the movies. I don't even know what they went to see. Is there any good movies? Very professional. Unbelievable. What's very professional, Jesse? Let's see. Oh, I see. Holly says, sorry, I meant to say, don't do the podcast at 2 a.m. Oh, it is 2 a.m. there. It is 9 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock here, Holly. Almost 9 o'clock. That's good to know. Maybe I could do something because we got a lot of UK cleaners out there. Oh, the whole setup. Thanks. I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Oh, you've had too many beers tonight? Yeah. I don't drink much anymore. I might drink socially, maybe a beer or two, a month or so, but that's it. I really don't do much of anything anymore. I don't watch TV. I don't follow sports. I don't really listen to music anymore. I'm really just focused on my family, friends, community, business, and spirituality. That's it. That's what I focus my life on. I mean, I'm kind of on the other side of life, right? So that being the case, I want to maximize those years, and I think everybody should do the same. But hey, more power to you, however you do it. I mean, I put some beers away in my day. I'm gonna tell you that much. Definitely put my beers away in the day. Chris Barnes, good lighting, good. I appreciate that. My son's got this light. It's adjustable. It's got like, I don't know, 8 or 10 adjustments on it. I wasn't sure how much to put on there and how much not to put on there. Thanks for the 15-minute offer. I would like to take you up on that in the next couple of months as I dive a little deeper into it. Absolutely, man. Be glad to help you. One thing about me, when you get advice, I'm extremely unbiased. I don't care if you buy from me or you buy from somebody else. I just feel like that, it's important to keep the quality of the industry up so we can all maintain good prices and good profits because we're trying to build, a good legacy for our families, right? So don't hesitate, man, to hit me up on that. I'll be glad to call you, talk to you. I can walk you through every type of machine on the industry. I can walk you through every type of piece of equipment. I can walk you through any type of information you need to know about marketing. There's probably nothing I can't walk you through, honestly. And it'll help you because what it'll do is it'll help you avoid a lot of pitfalls and mistakes that myself and other cleaners have made. And it'll help you to narrow in because I'm going to teach you or help you so you can make a decision to what fits your cleaning style, your business model, and your budget the best because that's what counts. That's what matters. All right, Dustin Richard, don't forget about golf. I'll tell you what, I don't forget about golf. We have office now. We have an office now in Myrtle Beach. And if you know anything about Myrtle Beach, it's the golf capital of the United States. So I'm spending my time in Virginia Beach and in Myrtle Beach, going back and forth to both of my offices. So I'm really happy going down. I played some beautiful golf courses there. Man, Myrtle Beach has, I think they have over 150 golf courses. Don't quote me, I have to look it up, but it's a ridiculous amount of golf courses. It's on every single corner practically. Okay. Give me the light pass and pass the, I don't know what that means, Jesse. You're going to have to educate me there, brother. Well, I'm going to stop this at the hour mark. We got about 6 minutes. So if there's any more questions, feel free to bring them on. And if you don't mind, go inside the replies. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please take time to like, subscribe, comment, and ring the bell. That helps me a lot. It really does. Let's see. Josh Downward. Oh, Dustin said, I love your black light. You make the best in the business. Appreciate that. We're always improving the quality of it. Always. I'm testing a new one right now. When I say a new one, all we're doing is improving the light we already have. So it's hardly never the same, but it's always better. And we don't even mention it to people many times. All right. Josh Downward. This is probably the last question I'm going to entertain here. Let's see, Rob. I'm 21 and running the business with my dad. Hey, that's awesome, man. It's working with your pops. Enjoy it, man, because, life is short. What is one piece of advice you've had for me, whether that is associated with carpet cleaning or life? What is one piece of advice you have for me, whether that is associated with carpet cleaning or life? Thank you. That's a good one right there. I'd say one piece of advice for business and life. I like I can't remember exactly who said it. It might be Mark Twain or somebody said, what you do speaks so loud, I can't hear what you say. So, let your actions do the talking. I think that goes a long way. It's not to be the actions that you show your pops, but helping him out, being respectful, and listening to him while offering maybe some suggestions, but always, love and commend your pops and your family and your friends and your community. And then on the other hand, let your actions speak louder than your words when it comes to taking care of clients. You know, I always say you should do mind-blowing quality and knock your socks off customer service. And that's just going to reap rewards. And I always based it off of one scripture. I don't exactly remember the number. I've read the Bible like 7 times, but in Proverbs, I think Solomon said, have you beheld a man of skill at his work? He'll place himself before kings. He will not place himself before common, ordinary men. So not there's anything wrong with common, ordinary men, but because he's so skilled at his work, he moves up to the highest quality of people or the highest quality of clients. So think of it that way. So have you beheld a man skilled at his work? He will place himself before kings, and our customers are kind of our kings. So I think I would keep that in mind. I think that would suit you well right there. Let's see. Thank you for that, Josh. And I think you're going to do fine, brother. No doubt about it. Just the fact that you're asking a question like that shows me you got the right attitude and the right stuff. Support your pops. When's your next live? I'm not sure. I'm trying to come up with a time that I can set. I'll take suggestions. Feel free to suggest it. I was kind of leaning towards Mondays around 8 p.m. was what I was kind of leaning towards. And then maybe throwing in a couple of AMAs in between. But I want to just kind of pick one subject once a week and go with it. Maybe do a little bit of AMA after that. But I don't mind just interjecting AMAs all the time. But I am looking for a weekly time. So feel free to put it in there. Let's see. Dustin says, my slogan is great quality, excellent service for all the right reasons. Hey, brother, ain't nothing wrong with that. I can't deny that. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Let's see. Alacran says, Rob, thank you. I've been using your videos and people say I'm the most professional cleaner they've had. Thank you. Well, let me tell you what, brother, you keep doing that type of work. You'll build the clientele and you'll move your way up in quality of clients and dollar volume. You'll be really pleased. All right, let's see. Preach. I heard that, Michael Martinez. I know. Justin Phillips is 2 a.m. Jeez, I know. That boy's up late, ain't he? No doubt about it. I'm not trying to get on the pulpit. I'm just saying that, I feel like that there's a great amount of wisdom in the good book. If you think about it, God knowledge trumps human and devil knowledge, right? It just trumps it all. I mean, if there is a creator, and I believe there is, and he created everything, then, man, you can't learn from anybody better than that. If he created the whole universe, geez, I mean, so you just get so much knowledge and so many good life principles from the good book. So I try to read it as often as possible, and I highly recommend everyone. It's a shame they made people think that they come from monkeys. Maybe some of the people did. I don't know. And, they've just taken away everything. And so a lot of people just don't read their Bibles. They just sit around and gather dust. And if you're going to read your Bible, and this will be the last thing I'll say because now we got 1 minute left, I recommend starting with Matthew through Revelation, and then read maybe Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and then go to Genesis and read through Malachi. That's the easiest way to read the Bible, in my opinion, because a lot of people start at Genesis and kind of get hung up on all the genealogies. The good thing about the genealogies, as you learn and you see it, it's all the genealogies tracing the Messiah, being Jesus, to be proven that that was his lineage, that he came from, the promised seed. So that's why they kept it there. And I understand that. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. This is going to be our new setup right here. And I think we're good to go. So everybody said that the sound, the lighting, and hopefully the company was good. So keep on keeping on out, everybody. I highly recommend that you continue moving your business forward. I always say, if you're not moving forward, you're backing up. So take the time to learn diverse services, and it'll take your business to a whole different level. All right. Well, I'm Rob Allen with Truck Mount Forums. Everybody have yourself a good night. Be good. Thank you, Justin. Good night.